Welcome, business leadership students. Well, today we're going to be looking at the nature of leadership. And, well, let's just start by asking what makes a good leader? I'd encourage you to pause the video at this point and think about what does make a good leader. Interesting question. Well, over the past few years, I've had people answer this question, and here were some of the ideas that came up. What makes a good leader? They're trustworthy, confident, determined, strong, motivating, humble. They were good problem solvers, responsible, organized, and they had effective communication. So these are just some of them. And while yours may not match the list here, I'm sure you have come up with some excellent ideas. Based on your experiences, come up with reasons why you listen to your parents, friends, teachers, principals, vice principals, and the police. Does it change who you're talking with? Why do you listen to them? Well, again, I encourage you to pause the video at this point to come up with your own ideas. Now that you've had a chance to come up with your own ideas, let's compare your answers to what other people have brainstormed in the past. Punishment. The potential for punishment could be there. Good judgment and experience. Oh, interesting. Respect. Authority. Oh, which one has authority? And sometimes knowledge and expertise. Who's got knowledge and expertise? Well, there's definitely a power situation going on here, and depending upon who you're dealing with, you'll respect each person differently for different reasons. We're looking at the nature of leadership in this lesson, and this is now into the third unit, which is leading. This is an important quote that I've always found interesting. The leader is rarely, possibly never, the best performer. And the same thing could be said about people in human resources. They're hiring people who are generally better in a specific area that they're going to be working in. The human resource manager is designed to find people who can do the job well. So they don't have to be excellent at computer programming in order to find the best computer programmer. Again, they're not necessarily leaders, but they could be. But more importantly here, the leader is rarely, possibly never, the best performer. They lead. Leadership is the process of inspiring others to work hard to accomplish important tasks. And extending that a little bit more, a visionary leadership is bringing into the situation a clear sense of future and understanding of how to get there. Can you think of some visionary leaders? Again, pause here. Think about it. Who do you consider to be a visionary leader? You could come up with a whole bunch of examples. Nelson Mandela, he could be one. I could think of some very prominent business leaders. Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Steve Jobs as well. But, we could also extend even further. You could technically say that Hitler was also a visionary leader. But we don't really agree with how he went about getting there. So, let's move on. Principles of a visionary leader. Visionary leader challenges the process. Generally, they're a pioneer and they encourage innovation. Elon Musk does an excellent job of this. So did Steve Jobs. They show enthusiasm. They inspire others through their enthusiasm to share that same vision. They help others to act through support, and they support the talents of others. They set the example. They provide consistent model of how others should act. And we'll also revisit this part a little bit further down the line. Celebrate achievements. Bring emotion and rally the hearts and minds, even if it's something as saying thank you. In fact, that's something that the articles tend to say. A simple thank you and recognition of the work that people do goes a long way. Now go back to that question. Why do you listen to the people in different positions? Vice principals, police, teachers. What do they have? Why do you listen to them versus others? The ability to get someone else to do something you want done. So that's what power is. And there are different types of power. And I've always found that this is something which I can relate teaching back to. There's reward-based power. Reward, or based on rewarding people. There's coercive. the threat of punishment or taking a positive way. Legitimate power, formal authority. Because somebody is a police officer, therefore they have formal authority. I listen to them. Expert power, based on specialized knowledge. Referent power, based upon an ability to identify and relate. So let's just go through some of these. Reward power is, I want you to do something and I'll give you a treat. Coercive, it could be something like, I want you to do this, but if you don't, I'm grounding you. Legitimate power is through formal authority. You listen to a principal, vice principal. Maybe you've never talked with them before. Police officer. They have formal authority. These are all what we call power of the position. You're doing it based upon things that you either get or taken away or due to their formality. On the other side, this is about the person. These green ones. The expert is specialized knowledge. Maybe you like some teachers more than you do others. Have you ever asked yourself why? Usually it comes down to these ones, the power of person. Either they're specialized in the knowledge and they have a lot to offer, or reference power, based upon the ability to identify or relate. Maybe they have something in common with you. You share stories, you share characteristics, you like to do the same things. So let's continue on this train of thought. How do we turn that power into influence? Well, this is something really important. No one type of power is best. And as we go through the leadership unit, we're also going to look at things which says leaders will apply their different leadership styles to different situations. That is one theory. Good managers acquire all types of power and use them in different situations. Authoritative power only works for so long. Relying on only power position types results in temporary compliance. They'll listen to you for a short time, but over the course of longer periods of time, that authority kind of rubs off. And you also get to see this in movies where people are put into positions where their lives are at risk. Who do you listen to? Are you going to listen to the person who has legitimate authority, or do you listen to the expert power? Personal power types are required for sustained influence. So if you're ever planning to go off and become somebody who is leading others or supervising others, think about these power bases the next time you go in there. How will you approach the situation? Will you approach them as an authoritarian? Or will you approach them as, let's talk and learn about them first, before you end up jumping right in to give orders? Building managerial PowerPoints. Well, there's no one substitute for expertise. This is 100% true. It is always challenging to end up having somebody who may not be as good at the expertise of something. Imagine if a teacher didn't understand how to teach a subject. How long would you listen to them for? Well, maybe a little while. Maybe you like the fact that you're getting marks, but the one thing I've come to learn as a teacher is that people like to learn, and that won't sustain them if they don't have the expertise. Likeable personal qualities are important. Effort and hard work breed respect. If you work hard, everybody else sees that you're working hard and they work hard too. Personal behavior must match the expressed values. You believe in hard work, you have a vision, you want to get there, and hopefully those behaviors match what you expect of other people as well. In addition, power is gained through interpersonal connections, taking care of those who depend on you, and being known as an influential person. But we also have to look at leadership in another side of things. Maintaining ethics. Ethics is accomplished through leading by example. Managers must understand the directive, feel capable of carrying out the directive, believe it is in the best interest of the organization, and believe it is consistent with personal values. What if a company or a person of power told you to go steal something? Would you do it? I would hope that the answer is no, but again, you're looking back at the personal values. That concludes this lesson on the nature of leadership. If you understood everything, hopefully you can answer these questions at the end of the slides. If you have any questions, you're always welcome and encouraged to reach out to me by email or putting up questions on the Google Classroom. Thank you. Take care for now.